one relay where the United States is not the favorite. They've got a chance. They've got to have perfect swims for all four swimmers. Not one can slip up because top to bottom, the Russians are just too strong. And this is the first chance from a team from China that we're going to see Sun Yang. Might have heard of that name, right, Jason?
Absolutely. Again, we have not seen him in any individual races to this point in this event, but the superstar is here, slated in the third spot for Team China.
Yeah, kind of hiding him there in that third spot, China, who's got a chance at a medal. But Sun Yang hadn't swum any relays, obviously, and no individuals, and I don't think he's going to swim any individual events. So this is your one and only chance to see the Olympic champion and world record holder in action.
So the U.S. lane number 5, Blake Peroni, won gold in the 200 free, leading off this leg here for Team USA.
Brazil's another one to watch. They had 2 finalists in the 200 freestyle. They were only 5th and 8th in that 200 freestyle. But they were the only teams to have 2 swimmers swimming in the final of the 200 freestyle. You see Peroni.
And that's Luis Melo for Brazil, out in fine form, ahead of world record pace right now in lane 7, and 4/10 clear of anybody else in the pool.
Boy, he is taking it out like a shot, isn't he? This is a swimmer that finished 8th in the final of the 200 freestyle, and he's a full body length ahead of the guy that won the gold medal, Blake Peroni, 2 lanes above him. In lane 5, there's Peroni right there coming off the wall, and he just is not looking good right now, comparatively anyway, to the Brazilian.
Boy, Melo just pouring it on. You saw at that last turn, almost 9/10 ahead of world record pace, and Brazil is continuing to look strong here. Second leg coming up for Fernando Schiffer.
Now here comes Peroni, though. Here he comes. He's swimming completely opposite of what he did in the individual event. He looked like the Brazilian in the individual event, and then everybody was chasing him. Now he's taking out a little bit slower, and he's coming back on the race to put the Americans back into it.
So Peroni, little late charge here for the United States. Here he comes in lane number 5, and the U.S. pulls ahead of Brazil after the opening leg.
Solid swim for Peroni, 141.8, about 4/10 of a second slower than he went in the individual race when he won the gold medal, but still a very solid leadoff for the United States.
Ryan held in the second slot here from Team USA. He pushes ahead of the line and that world record mark. Brazil slipping to about a half second behind. Russia over a second behind the leading Americans.
Well, we've seen Held already win 1 gold medal tonight in the 200 free relay. Had the fastest split of any swimmer in the race, 20.2, and he is a good 200 freestyler as well. He can swim anything from the 50 to the 200. He did that at NC State over and over at his career. He is out quick as well. Good reaction time, by the way, for the American, 0.28. They've been solid all the way through. Here come the Russians.
Brazil now pulling ahead with Schiffer in lane number 7. The Russians making their presence felt as well in lane number 4. And Schiffer continuing now to showcase a good back half of his swim. He's now vaulted Brazil in front by 3/4 of a second.
Well, this really is a surprise to me. I mean, we're only halfway through. We've got a long way to go, but Brazil still has their best swimmer anchoring the race. Correa finished 5th in the 200 freestyle. He hasn't even gone yet, and they're a full body length ahead on this field. This third leg is a key, critical for Brazil if they're going to have a chance to win a medal, and who knows, maybe even gold.
Leonardo Vilhel Santos now rolling for Brazil. The United States, Zach Harding taking leg number 3. And Brazil still up by almost 3/4 of a body length right now on Russia. The United States slipping out of medal contention right now as China's moved up to third.
Well, that was a 143 flat, if you're looking back at Ryan Held. Not bad, but the problem was everybody else had such spectacular splits. The Brazilian Sheffer went 140.9 on his split. The Russian 141.5. So a lot of quick splits, and now the United States is in deep trouble now to be off the medal platform. Forget about gold right now. That's not going to happen. They're in a fight just to be able to win a medal.
And the U.S. had been 6 for 6 in the relays, all gold to this point. But it will be a challenge just to work at least even into bronze medal contention, as Rowdy alluded to. And Brazil continuing to surprise here in the lead. Not only that, but ahead of world record pace.
It is incredible what the Brazilians are putting together. I did not even have them in my top 3. That's how crazy this race is becoming. And we've only got 200 meters left, and Brazil has their best swimmer ahead of them.
Rowdy, their qualifying time was almost 7 seconds slower than the top-seeded Russians, but right now, look at what's developed. China pushing into the lead, headed to the final leg, and the folks in Hangzhou going crazy. That's because Sun Yang put together a terrific swim in that third spot for Team China.
Yeah, he was 141.2 on his split. So the mysterious Chinese have come to play now, and you've got 3 teams right in the mix of it. And look at the world record line. Just take a look at that. The next time it pops up, they're blowing away. All 3 teams are blowing away the world record line. The United States is not going to medal, by the way.
Wang Xun in lane number 6, closing for China. Breno Correa for Brazil in lane number 7, starting to push ahead. And the Russians in lane 4, Alexander Krasnyuk, trying to get Russia into gold medal contention. The top 3 separated by about 6/10.
Wow, what a race. And if you look at the American back there at the end of the race, that's growth. He's right on world record pace, yet he's a good 2 or 3 seconds behind the other 3 teams.
Look at this performance for Team Brazil as we get set up for this final 50. Again, Breno Correa leading for Brazil. Russia now with Krasnyuk taking the advantage, moving ahead of China, which is starting to fade in lane 6.
World record 6:49 flat. Well, they're going to blow that away. All 3 teams are going to be under the world record, but here come the Russians.
Russia trying to mount a charge late. Brazil looking to hang on to shock everybody and grab gold in this relay. And they will. Brazil with a world record as well. What a swim. The United States coming back for 4th, Rowdy, but again, they were never in it once we got to that midway point, and Brazil with a shocking win here in the 4x200 free relay.
Well, Lisa Bratt was my shock of the meet on the women's side. Biggest upset of this meet so far in the 200 backstroke. On the men's side, it's right there. Brazil winning the 800 freestyle relay. They came in seated 658. 658, Jason. They just destroyed the world record. And so did the other 2 teams. I've seen a lot of relays here at this level, but this is one of the biggest shockers that I've seen in a long time. As far as 4 guys just putting that perfect race together.
About 12 seconds faster for Brazil than their qualifying time. And it leads to a stunning result. The Brazilians overcome with what they've achieved here in this relay.
142 flat, 40.9, 42 plus, and 40.9 on the end for Correa. What a race and what a relay for the Brazilians.
Well, certainly for Brazil in swimming, you'd hope to have so many monumental moments at home in Rio in the Olympics, but one of the biggest for them coming here 2 years later at these short course worlds with a relay gold and world record. Wow.
And all 3 broke the world record, but you're right. The BRA is going to keep it.
Yeah, they will be pumped up at home with this showcase performance for the Brazilian men. Russia, strong